Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Cricket Castaway. I'm Nishant. I'm joined by Divyansh, and we're talking after a historic night for Indian cricket. Divyansh, how are you? And has that feeling sunk in yet?
It's partly it's still sinking in, and yeah, what an amazing night for Indian cricket fans around the globe. uh, it's like it's the biggest moment after 2011 World Cup that we won under the captaincy of MS Dhoni. Like, it's the biggest milestone after that. So yeah, Rohit's name has been etched in the history of the captains, for which the list is not very long. Like, it's Kapil Dev, MS Dhoni, and after that Rohit Sharma
Rohit.
has now been added to that list. So a memorable night.
Yeah, right off the bat, I thought this was the best final I have seen in certainly a very long time. How did you think the game was in general?
Yeah, it was right down to the wire, like we discussed yesterday, that both the teams are equal in terms of talent, in terms of matchups, in terms of spin, pace, batting prowess. Everything was almost equal for the team, and ultimately it came down to who held their nerves better in the crunch situation. And that's where, as we discussed, India's final experience came to the fore, and they were able to hold their nerves and get it through till the end of the match, and that's where India won the match. It's purely based on the experience of a pressure situation, that bowlers like Jasprit Bumrah, Hardik Pandya, Arshdeep Singh, they were able to keep their calm and just bowl the bowls that they chose to bowl. It was tremendous effort from the Indian bowling
Yeah,
side, led by Jasprit Bumrah.
yeah. I think, honestly speaking, when Klaasen was batting, I thought the game had gone. And even after that, when they took Klaasen's wicket, I thought it was probably a bit too late. And I was talking to a friend of mine who was watching the game with, and I said, "No, this game is already gone, and it'll probably take a minor miracle from here to actually win this one." But they ultimately they did end up winning it, and that's what makes this sport so beautiful and so endearing, that you keep coming back to it and you keep watching these games no matter how many matches are played in a year, just for these particular games where you feel vindicated and you fall in love with the game even more. I mean, this game had absolutely everything for me, and I'm really joyed to watch this game.
Definitely, the highs and lows, the ebbs and flows of this game was just on another level. Like, it was never a situation that for not a very long period of time one team is dominating. It was always a seesaw situation. A couple of overs India is up, and then again a couple of overs South Africa is dominating the match. So that's how this match flowed from highs to lows for
Yeah.
both of the teams.
I did say to you that this match will probably go down to the wire even in the mid innings break, but I actually expected the pitch to slow down a lot more, and it didn't, and it stayed the same throughout, and that was scary because if the pitch doesn't slow down, your spinners doesn't come into play, and that's what happened in those middle overs, those 9 odd overs. They score more than 100 runs, and we were just down and out of this one. And kudos to the bowlers, and we'll talk about them later. But let's get into the meat of it. We were talking in the last game as well, in the last video as well, that this is probably the game that Rohit doesn't score. So
Yes.
we got a great start in that first over, and then in the second over, Rohit hit two boundaries back to back, and after that he got out, and then Pant got out at the same time, and then then in the fifth or sixth over, Surya got out as well, and I've always believed, and I think I've mentioned it on the podcast as well. If you lose three wickets in the power play, then it's really hard to claw your back in to claw your way back into a T20 game. It's almost impossible to do so. And uh, we needed at that moment the calm head of Virat to take it as deep as possible. I know, as Nasser also said in his tweet, if India go on to win this game, this knock will be called a masterclass. If they lose this game, this knock will be heavily criticized. But we were talking throughout the game, and I firmly believed that this knock was really, really important. Without it, we weren't able to get the score that we did. What are your honest thoughts about what this knock was, and was it significant in this match? And will Virat be proud of this one after now that he has announced his retirement from T20 internationals?
Definitely, this was the most significant innings of this match, and he deservedly got the man of the match for it. Although I wouldn't have mind if even Surya got this for that catch, because that catch was so crucial. If David Miller had been there, we can never predict what would have happened, because he was the last recognized batsman of the South African cricket team at that moment. And but yeah, after losing three wickets very early inside the power play, it becomes very tough to handle the situation, and definitely someone was needed for consolidation of the innings, and then the rest of the players would have to play around that person. And nobody better than Virat Kohli, who can play as the anchor as well as rotate the strike. There was just a feeling that although he was hitting good shots, but it was not the timing that we expect out of Virat Kohli. Like, shots were not coming out that fluently,
Yeah,
as per as per Virat's liking as well. So that was
yeah,
clearly visible in his man of the match speech as well, that he was really under pressure. The ball was not coming to him, and it was not really happening for him, but somehow by God's grace, or by the humongous amount of talent and experience that he has, he kind of carried himself through this innings. If it would have been another player who was that out of form, it wouldn't have been possible. So I now, in the hindsight, I understand that yes, it was expected from Virat Kohli to accelerate after the 15th over, and he was trying to do the same, but it was simply not happening for him, due to maybe out of form. Maybe he is not into his best of the phases right now. So it happens to a player, but still he carried the bat till the end, at least at the 18th over. So I think, yeah, it was a match defining innings overall. So yes, it could have been better, but since we have won, I would also credit him for this win, because
yeah,
it somebody was needed to anchor the innings,
yeah,
and that's what he did.
yeah. I mean, there is this hero worship culture in our country, right? And when a player becomes this big, people suddenly start considering them as gods and gods, angels walking among men and things like that. But ultimately, they're human beings, right? And whatever happens, as Virat also said in his post-match interview, that this was probably an open secret that he was going to retire after this one, and this was going to be his last T20 match. Considering that, and considering that Virat had made up his mind that he was going to retire after this tournament, no matter what, just so that the younger generation is right now just too good to keep out of this team, with Yashasvi and Shubman Gill and everyone waiting. Uh, so, and considering the fact that his World Cup campaign till now had been disastrous from Virat's standards, in that situation, finding himself in the thick of the things, where wickets were tumbling around him, uh, getting focused itself is a big thing, because there are emotions running inside. Or no matter who you are, you might be the biggest cricketer alive right now, but when you know it's your last T20 game that you're playing for your country, and the country needs you, the pressure in itself is insurmountable at times, because you know, if you go out at this time, this loss will be blamed on you and the country will blame you. This is how it works. And in that situation, he knew that he needed to hold that end up. And yeah, as you rightly said, he could have accelerated in the 15th over. I myself of the opinion that he would only accelerate in the 18th, 19th, and the 20th over, simply because of the fact that though, as you rightly pointed out, uh, Hardik was there in the waiting, and Ravindra Jadeja was there and equally capable of taking this team to a bigger score, possibly, but also that if he goes out at that time, and if if he goes out trying to score in the 15th over, and Hardik comes in and he bashes, and we get to 185, 190, we've won by a 15-20 run margin. But if they don't do that, and they don't get their eye in, and suddenly we lose a quick few wickets, we probably go 10 runs short, and we probably end up losing this game. So I'm of the firm belief that if someone is taking you through, he should take you through all the way in that situation, just so that, because he is the best person to gauge that pitch and take that momentum forward. And he tried then accelerating in the 18th over. He took Rabada to the cleaners, uh, and uh, uh, and then got out in the 19th trying to accelerate, but by then he had done his job. And and you can see that when he got out, the score was 168, 169, and then we could only reach to 177 in the next 8 balls, which meant that it was fairly difficult for new batters at that point of time to come and hit the ball. But we'll never know. As I said, we'll
Yeah.
never know. If Hardik would have come a bit early, maybe we would have got 15 runs more, but maybe we fall 15 runs short as well. So, but when everything is said and done, what a stellar career this man has had, and he retires on a high with a World Cup win, and I think much deserved.
Yeah, this there couldn't have been a better, almost a fairy tale like ending for Virat Kohli, if he would have ever imagined, when he did his debut in 2008, that I would be going out like this, at least from T20 cricket. Even he couldn't have think of a better scenario to go out. And rightly pointed by him that we have the future of the team in capable hands, and they are definitely going to carry this team forward in the next couple of years, and we would most probably win more trophies, more ICC trophies, looking at the talent that we have. And which was also reiterated by Michael Vaughan as well, that if we would have another Indian team playing in this, probably they would be playing India in the finals. So it
Yeah,
would have been India versus India. So that's the depth of talent that India possesses. So yeah, it's the right time, and it's the most uh, you can say it's the most welcoming or most elaborate way anyone can go out. So yeah, it's
yeah,
almost
so,
comparable to Sachin Tendulkar's
yeah,
2011 win. So
yeah.
yeah,
And what a stellar career, and I think as a nation we both bow down to Virat for it. But it wasn't just Virat. So they did a Mahela Jayawardene Sangakara kind of a thing where one announced his retirement after the game while winning the man of the match. The other gave his retirement announcement at the press conference in characteristic Rohit way, in a casual way, like he does. And this is the Rocco era coming to end for T20 internationals, at least, though we'll see them in the IPL. Uh,
right.
how do you look back at Rohit's T20 international career and as well as this World Cup campaign?
Yeah, he has been a tremendous captain, as we have been talking match after match, and it couldn't have been better for him to go out from T20 like this. And we all saw the emotions were there just as he sat down on the field after the last ball was bowled. So it really looked like a ton of pressure has been lifted off his chest,
Yeah,
and now he has truly moved on from the 2023 loss. And it was
yeah,
all every cricket fan has ever asked for Rohit to happen. And yeah, it couldn't have been better. And definitely Rohit has been there in the team since the T20, since the inception of world T20 cricket, and the
yeah,
first inaugural World Cup was played under the captaincy of MS Dhoni. So he has seen the inception and the progression of this game. And like nobody has a better viewpoint on T20 cricket in India as compared to Rohit, because he has seen it all. And after playing 9 World Cups, this was a well deserved win for Rohit. And also, he must have thought that it is the right time. He have capable deputies like Jasprit Bumrah to take the mantle and carry the team forward, and they are mature and capable enough to handle this team, and uh, to take Indian cricket on better highs. So yeah, it was a dream run for Rohit Sharma as a captain.
yeah,
And I would definitely want him to see winning another World T20 World Test Championship uh, in the next cycle. So yeah, if that happens, that would be uh, that would be what we can tell Sone pe Suhaga in an Indian
yeah,
way. It would be the best.
yeah. I think simply because so Rohit won the T20 World Cup in his first campaign, but he was a youngster then in 2007. And similarly with Virat, he won the World Cup in 2011, the 50 over World Cup, but he was again a young Turk in that side. This was their team. This was the team that Kohli started building and then Rohit took forward. And it showed how much this World Cup meant to them. And specifically coming to Rohit now, I mean, as you rightly said, he was there in the first T20 World Cup in that side, and he has been so successful in the IPLs, playing the franchisee T20 cricket. I mean, it'll be hard for other people to emulate the kind of records that he has domestically in T20. But this trophy and an ICC trophy was just so elusive. We would get to the semi-finals. Last year we went to the finals, but it just wasn't happening. And Rohit deserved it. And this World Cup specifically, I must say, I mean, in crucial situations, in that game against Australia, and it was the quarterfinals for us, and then against England, which was the semi-final. His knock was the knock that changed the game for us. And I would say that he single handedly won two games, two very, very important games for us. And this team, the way it's built, the philosophy, it's a mirror image of Rohit Sharma himself. And a much deserved win for him. And so nice to see him in that last bowl, just falling on the ground with a, probably it was a sense of relief or euphoria or whatever it was. It was just so beautiful to see that moment.
And it deservedly so. It's kind of poetic that the highest T20 run getter in international at international level for India leads the team to their World Cup victory, the second World Cup victory in this format. So nobody has scored more than the 4,320 runs that Rohit has scored for
Yeah,
India in T20 international cricket.
yeah,
So it
yeah,
was well deserved and well led by
yeah,
the captain from the front.
yeah. And the most number of man of the matches in those T20s are with Virat Kohli, and he gets the final one in the final as well. So again, it all comes down to a full circle. But Virat needed to stay on that pitch. Virat needed to consolidate. But this is not a game where, as you rightly said, you can bat at a 130 strike rate and win this game if the others around you are not playing their part. And Akshar Patel, loss. I'm at a loss of words for this man because you take him in a test match against Australia. He'll spin the ball and take those crucial wickets in a test match. Then in the same test match, when every wicket is falling, he is a player who basically in that test series got us out of that situation time and time again and proved his mantle as a batter. And then when this team was selected, Rohit and Rahul both were very specific that they wanted Akshar in this team. It was they just saw him in this team. And over this tournament, we have seen this man grow in stature. As the World Cup was beginning, he came in as an understudy of Jadeja, but over the course of this tournament, I think he has now taken over that baton because when the team needed him, he was promoted up the order to stabilize the things. Even in this match, as Bapu also said in his post-match interview, that he had no idea that he will be promoted, and Rahul Bhai just came to him and said that you should pad up now. You are going in next, and he went there. He knew he had a job to do with Virat at the other end. He knew that Virat will probably right now take his time, and the mantle was then on him to accelerate. And those four sixes in those crucial overs were so important. With every six, I was skipping a beat because I thought he can't get out at this point of time. But he did play one of the match winning knocks of this match. And though he was a bit lazy in turning back, probably didn't think that Quinn Cock will throw the ball at his end. But after everything is said and done, this was a memorable innings by Akshar Patel, which will be remembered for a long time.
Definitely a partnership of 72 runs with Virat Kohli. That's where the flow of wickets falling down that got stemmed, and the consolidation begin from there. And after that, Shivam Dubey also accelerated quite well. So these two laid the foundation of whatever score that we were looking at the end of the 20 overs. So yeah, his innings was instrumental in getting that total.
Yeah, it's just the composure, as we said. When you are with three wickets down in the power play, clawing your back in is very difficult. And at that point of time, you needed to accelerate, you needed to score at a brisk pace, but you also couldn't lose a wicket. So he took calculated risks. He tried to slog with the wind in his favor, and most of the time it came off. And he was one of the main reasons, apart from Virat, that we reached to the total that we did. And when the final ball was bowled for India's innings, I thought probably we were 10 or 15 runs short, at least, because I did expect the pitch to slow down a bit, but there was always that threat of Stubbs and Klaasen to take the game away. Uh, at the halfway point, what were your thoughts about the score that we had amassed, and where this game was going?
Yeah, definitely. I thought we were definitely 10 runs short. And if it would have been 185 plus, that would have been a better total. And that we saw at the end, like those 10 runs could have built a huge ton of pressure, even on the likes of Klassen and David Miller. So at like it was 30 on 30 at one point of time. If it would have been 45, then it would have been a better cushioning for the Indian bowlers. Although they were so good that they took it back to 5 of 16, but it is a really uncomfortable situation for any bowling order. So kudos to them. But yeah, we were definitely 15 runs short at
Yeah,
that moment.
we were, we were. I completely agree. We were. Though at hindsight, if we think if Klaasen would have stayed, even 34 of 45 of 30 was not that big because of the just the way that he was batting. But that first over from Jasprit Bumrah, where he got that wicket of Risa Hendricks. I mean, there are there are very few bowlers who can ball that kind of a ball, man, in a final. I mean, it looks that it's going in, and it just at the last moment goes outside and clips the off stump. Reza Hendricks wouldn't be blaming himself for getting out on that ball.
Yeah, definitely. It was a gem of a delivery, almost unplayable sort of a thing. If you get it as an opener, you just pray that it does not hit the
Yeah,
stumps and it just scrapes by. But
yeah,
if it hits you, you can't blame yourself, because
yeah,
you did everything right to play the line of the ball. But if it does magic after that, it's not in the batsman's hands to defend that kind
yeah,
of a delivery. So yeah, a
yeah.
beauty from Bumrah.
And then Aiden Markram came on, hit that boundary off of Bumrah, and then in the next over from Arshdeep, tried the same thing. Probably if he was in a better form as a batter, he would have connected that as well. But he couldn't, and Rishabh Pant thankfully got a hold of this one because he had missed the previous one, though it wasn't a nick from Quinny de Kock. But Rishabh Pant did catch this one, and we were able to get that important wicket of Aiden Markram. And then Tristan Stubbs came in, and we were talking in the previous video as well about Klassen and Stubbs and Quinnan de Kock. When Stubbs came in and he started hitting, it looked like it was difficult.
Yes. And looking at their timing, I thought did Indian batsmen did something wrong. The way Quinton de Kock and Stubbs and Klassen played, especially the timing of Klassen, I thought they were playing on a different wicket as compared to the Indian team, because
Yeah,
apart from Akshar and Shivam Dubey, and mostly for Shivam Dubey, it was his muscle power. I didn't see the bat hit the ball so sweetly like it did for Klassen and Tristan Stubbs. So
yeah,
I the fact weighed down upon me more, that we are definitely 15 runs short, and the way
yeah,
these guys are playing, it
yeah,
would be really really tough for India to defend this
yeah.
total.
Yeah, I mean, Quinny hit that shot behind to Arshdeep just in the previous ball when the fielder was not there. And then Rohit puts in that fielder there in the deep leg, and Quinny gets that same ball again from Arshdeep, and probably he backs himself to clear the fielder. But this time, Kuldeep was there and put in there specifically for this ball in at this moment, and Quinny gets out, and then we witness what you rightly said as the Klaasen show, because honestly speaking, he was batting on a different surface. There was no way you can get a 50 run inning in 22, 23 balls on this wicket. I don't know how good he is, how much power he has. That off off stump six that he hit off Kuldeep, only he can do that.
Yes,
But he, especially in that Bapu over, he had taken game away from India. There's no denying the fact. Whoever believes otherwise, and whoever says that in that after that over they believed that India will still win the match, are probably lying or are too hopeful for that matter, because we did
definitely.
see the light at the end of the tunnel, but Klaasen just took it away from us.
Definitely, and that shot is very similar to how Virat Kohli hit that six on, I think, Haris Rauf against Pakistan in that match of World
Melbourne.
Cup 2022 Melbourne. But at that time, he had the pace of Haris Rauf to utilize on that shot. Although it was a slower one, but it's still 20, probably 20 clicks faster than what Akshar was bowling. So to generate power in that shot and to time it so well that it goes for a 99-meter six, it's only guys like Klassen can do it. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it's almost an impossible shot to play. I don't know how many hours he spent practicing these kind of shots, but that is no mean feat to hit Akshar with the speeds that he was operating at, to hit it out of the park on the off stump.
yeah.
Kudos to Klassen.
Yeah, so in the West Indies leg of the tournament, it's our spinners who have time and again delivered. And Kuldeep was bamboozling batsmen left, right, and center. Nobody was even coming close to him. But 4 overs from Kuldeep, 4 overs from Bapu, and 1 over from Jadeja. Those 9 overs went for more than 100 runs, and it was mostly Klaasen and Tristan Stubbs doing that damage. At that point of time, it looked no, because our spinners are not performing. Probably at that point of time, it looked that South African spinners were probably had bowled better than the Indian counterparts, and Klaasen was just magnificent.
Yeah, definitely. At that time, I was thinking, did we miss a trick uh, to by dropping Siraj? Should we have had it? Have had him in the team instead of whoever's place it could have been, but mostly Kuldeep. But did we miss a trick there? This pitch is not looking that spin friendly, and also the boundaries are shorter than Guyana and Kingston. So maybe we did miss a trick there. So
Yeah,
it took some time for us to realize that the player that he is bowling against is that good that
yeah.
nothing is happening.
Yeah, yeah. And then, as you rightly said, uh, they were Klassen brought them to a cusp. So, like, they. I won't say that they choked, because they played really well in this match. But those last 5 overs, I don't believe that they choked. I just believed that Jasprit Bumrah and Arshdeep and Hardik. They changed the game, and that is why we love this sport so much. So those next 30 balls, nobody in the world would have predicted what was going to happen. It started with Bumrah in the 16th over, where he never gave away any runs, and then Hardik comes in and gets Klaasen out, and I didn't believe at that point of time that we were still gonna win this match. There was Johnson, there was Miller. As you were saying to me at that point of time, even Rabada will be able to score this, and you'll be happy to prove wrong. But the things, the guys on the pitch, they believed in themselves, and that's what matters. What do you think happened in those 30 of in the last 30 balls?
Definitely. So the 16th over of Bumrah, like it changed the game. Before that, obviously, it was Hardik who took the wicket of Klaasen, and that was also a deal breaker. But still, we thought that even if Klaasen has got out, still have capable batters, and Marco Jansen have had already won. A game for South Africa in this kind of situation where they just scraped by and won the game by one wicket. So Marco Jansen is capable enough with his long levers to take this through. And then we also know that Keshav Maharaj and Rabada also bat a bit, and Rabada can hit one or two sixes at the end. So it was looking like even if they need just run a ball, so even if they score a boundary in each over, they would be comfortably able to get it. But then that over of Bumrah came, and the way he was bowling, he was not giving an inch to the opponent, and to play that quality of bowling and by a lower order batsman, it's like already out of syllabus for them. And
Yeah,
also it started reversing a bit in the last four overs.
yeah,
So that also helped and worked in favor of the Indian team. And Bumrah utilized every bit of that. Bumrah and Arshdeep both. So it was a similar ball that he bowled to Phil Salt, and even a better one at that. And I thought, like, if Phil Salt can't play this, Howard Jansen would have been able to play that. So
yeah,
it just bamboozled Marco Jansen, how that delivery went through his gates and just took off the leg stump. So it was a beauty that we rarely see, and especially we only get to see it from Bumrah. Time and again, he has done this. And after that, the way the Ashdeep controlled the over, he just gave, I think, 5 or 6 runs.
four
So
runs.
that 4 runs. So that kind of partnership that Bumrah and Ashdeep showed, I think
Yeah,
that brought India back into the game.
yeah. I think after Janssen got out, so it was Keshav Maharaj against Arshdeep in the next over. And obviously there was no total left on the board. So probably if on his best day Miller can score those runs in an over, was the kind of situation that we were dealing with. But
Yes.
but I was just keeping my fingers crossed and hoping that Arshdeep somehow gets this over as a maiden, because there was no other way we were gonna win this one, and it was Keshav Maharaj at the other end. So Arshdeep bowled the first two deliveries as dots, and on the third one, Maharaj took a single. After that, there are this fourth delivery, fifth delivery, and sixth delivery that Miller has. Do you think, and he took a single on the fourth one itself and gave Maharaj the other two. Probably he probably took a double in the fourth one and then a single in the fifth one. Do you probably think that that was the time that Miller should have gone hammer on tongs, because neither was the run rate that much, and Indian team was slowly but surely at that point of time starting to just believe a little bit that this was possible. And if Miller would have played a risky shot at that moment, probably all the hopes would have been lost then, and we wouldn't have seen the final 2 overs.
Yeah, definitely. It was the pressure taking their toll on David Miller as well. Otherwise, as you rightly said, 16 runs he could have hit that in a single over itself. The way Miller plays, but I think they were extra cautious. Uh, Looking at the target, they thought that it is right in our hands, and even if we don't lose our wickets, we would be able to get this total comfortably. But then things started slipping gradually after that Bumrah over, the 16th over, and they were looking like it's really hard to score any boundary. So
Yeah,
maybe they have been they were overcautious in their approach. If they would have taken some chances, I think even a boundary could have done wonders. And then
yeah.
came the final over, and Bumrah bowled a wide full toss outside of off stump, almost on the tram line of the wide ball.
Hardik.
So Hardik, yeah. So that's when the eyes of David Miller lit up, and he thought that this is my chance. I'll score six off the first ball, and then we will take it from there. So then it would have been 10 runs of just five balls. So uh, that he did, and he thought he has got the better part of the ball, and it would go all the way. But then the brilliant catch that Surya took, it just turned the game on his head. After that, South Africa was in so much of a pressure that even if they have gotten one more over, it would have been difficult for them to score.
Yeah, yeah. I think this this close was the game on either side, and this is how close Surya was to that boundary line. I mean,
Yes,
uh, I mean, considering the occasion, considering the magnitude, considering the situation, and how much that game hung on the thread, because I still believe if Miller would have got that six, 10 of 5, Hardik Pandya's over, I think I'll back Miller to get those runs, specifically also because they have played in Gujarat so much. Miller would have faced Hardik in the nets multiple times, and he knows
right.
what plans Hardik had. And I think 10 of 5 with Miller just have had a six in the first ball. That was the game right there. But I think that catch from Surya will go down in the history books of Indian cricket.
It was very similar as the catch that Sachin Tendulkar took for of Inzamam ul Haq. Everybody thought it was going as a six. It was India's tour of Pakistan. I think it was the early days of Mahendra Singh Dhoni. So I think
Yeah,
Yunus Khan and Inzamam ul Haq were chasing the 300 plus total very comfortably, and suddenly a 5 feet 3 inch tall man just plucked it out of thin air and went
yeah,
running parallel to the boundary. So it reminded me of that era. Although this
yeah,
was a slightly difficult one because he was about to lose his balance, but
yeah,
if you just look at the replays of both, you will find uh,
yeah.
many things similar in the catch.
Yeah, yeah. Though it was a modern one in the sense they toss the ball in the air, go
Yeah,
inside the boundary, come back again, and take it up. But I
right.
mean, just what I was thinking in that situation is what you saw in the Lagan movie when Russell takes that catch and he's just outside the boundary rope. I thought that
Yes.
Surya had taken a wonderful catch, but had he just touched that boundary, it was a six, and we would have lost the game.
Yeah.
But Surya did manage to keep his calm and took probably one of the greatest catches in the history of Indian cricket, along with Kapil Dev's 1983 catch, which we were unfortunate and not young enough to see. But that then changed the game, as you rightly said. Then 5 balls, 16 runs. That was not happening then. I think,
That
as you
was not
rightly said,
happening.
then we could have stopped them even if we had 2 overs. So that was the game, and now the man of the tournament, the man Michael Vaughan said is the greatest white ball bowler he has seen in his lifetime. And how lucky are we to be in an era where an Englishman considers an Indian fast bowler the greatest white bowler he has ever seen, even on above Wasim Akram, he said.
Yeah, definitely he is like a mystery to even his own teammates. Even Paras Mambre and Rohit Sharma also said that yes, I have seen him from the inception of his career. I have played with him a lot of years in Mumbai Indians as well as Indian team, and I know he can deliver the way he delivers. But how he does it, the mechanism, the work behind that, the thought process behind that is only it only lies in Bumrah's head only.
Yeah,
They have not been able to decipher how he thinks, how he prepares himself for this kind of situation. It's all in the mind of Jasprit Bumrah, and nobody has been able to decipher or unlock that secret recipe.
yeah,
So we are very lucky that we are witnessing a great bowler in this era who is
yeah,
equally potent in all the three formats he plays in. So that's a really lucky situation for India to have, and he would most probably be the next T20 internationals captain for India. So an even better role for him to play.
yeah. Yeah, I think I think it would be probably Hardik or Rishabh who take the captaincy next year, but that's for the time being to see because Hardik is also the captain of Mumbai Indians where Jasprit plays. But that's for the time to see. But any which ways, whatever it is, India is in good hands. But this man, he has been the player of the tournament by far. And Harsha Bhogle had just uploaded a video where he said that he was in the selection panel when they were picking up the man of the tournament, and it took the panel 10 seconds to decide who was the man of the tournaments because nobody even came close to Jasprit Bumrah. I mean, an an economy of 4.5 in the finals and consistently throughout the tournament. He won that game against Pakistan. He won that game against USA. He won that game against Australia. He won that game against every team. I mean, though Virat Kohli was the man of the match of this one, it was Jasprit Bumrah's spell that put that pressure on, and it
Yes,
is Jasprit Bumrah's spell in all the matches. So we can give Jasprit Bumrah the man of the match in every match possible, but
definitely.
he won the tournament for us, and he so deserved to be there. And as you rightly said, and Rohit rightly said, we know what he brings to the table. We know the skill set that he has, but how he does it, it's just there are mystery spinners and there are mystery spinners, but there's only one mystery fast bowler, and that's Jasprit Bumrah. And what a champion! What an absolute champion he has been.
Definitely, definitely. There's no denying the fact that to stem the flow of runs as well as produce a wicket-taking delivery, only a guy like Jasprit can do it so consistently, so effectively, and kudos to him, hats off to him, and he deserves all the praises that he is getting right now.
Yeah, probably the most valuable cricketer in the world right now. For me, at least, he is the most because in an era where the game is dominated by bat all over the world, no batter can just lay a claim that they can play Bumrah easily in this entire World Cup. And Michael Vaughan said that as well. He probably remembers only that one over from Travis Head where Travis had hit Bumrah for a few runs. Apart from that, no batter just has any clue, and nobody is comfortable playing against this man. I mean, that's just sheer genius at play right now. That. that we are privileged to watch. And long may this continue, because he was the difference in this T20 World Cup. In the previous T20 World Cup in Australia, we didn't have Bumrah, we had Shami. Though Shami was missed in this one as well, but I think Arshdeep was a very fine deputy. But it was Bumrah, ultimately the leader of the bowling pack, who has made us win this World Cup.
Definitely.
So I think now we move on to the next cycle. It's the Champions Trophy, the 50 over Champions Trophy next year in February, which is the next goal for Rohit and Virat, while the team will decide who the captain is. Probably it's going to be Gautam Gambhir. Who the coach is, probably it's going to be Gautam Gambhir, and then Gautam has, obviously, when he comes into the picture, he will decide who the captain is, because it's Gautam Gambhir who takes all the shots from then on. Uh,
Definitely.
but Divyansh, I would first of all like to say, we have been covering this. We have started this channel since the start of IPL, and now we've covered a successful T20 World Cup for India. I mean, it's a pleasure working with you on this channel. I really like talking to you about cricket, and long may it continue. But it's been such a pleasure doing this work with you.
Likewise, Nishant. So it has been a very enjoyable experience discussing our thoughts, how we think about cricket, what we think of the players and strategies. So it has been a wonderful journey. It has been a enjoyable experience, and we will definitely keep it going for rest of the may, as long as we can do it. We will keep it going, and we have a lot of surprises, a lot of challenging times coming up with the Australia tour at the end of this year. India is again going down under for the test championship, or sorry, the test Border Gavaskar trophy, and we have been retaining it since the last 2 years. So this is the time to defend that, and yeah, we will get to see how the young team evolves and who who becomes the next captain. Although I think for the Champions Trophy, I think Rohit Sharma can still do
Yeah,
it,
yeah, he will be.
and he is capable enough. And
Yeah.
so yeah, a lot of potential in the Indian team for the future, and it goes upwards from here only.
Yeah, and starting with the India Zimbabwe series, which is just a week away from now, where we'll see the young guns who are now going to take on from Virat and Rohit, and that will be a good series as well. And probably we'll try and cover that as well. So I think whoever of you who are watching the Cricket Castaway, I'll again like to say, keep pouring the love. It's been such a pleasure doing these shows for you, with you. We're a fan channel. We need the support of the fans, and yeah, long may it continue. And we will bring all the actions. Divyansh, any last words?
Yeah, I will just say keep enjoying the game of cricket and our channel, like just like the victory dance of Rohit, where he was just trying to emulate the famous Messi dance after winning the World Cup. So
Yeah,
life is like that. It's full of lows and highs, and you just have to keep
yeah.
enjoying it like Rohit did.
Yeah, but that being said, I don't think 29 June 2024 happen fairly regularly, and this video will be special for a long time, because we have now done it, and the Indian team is world champions, and probably this jersey right here is going in one of the collections, because this has so many beautiful memories.
Definitely, definitely. That's it's etched in time,
Yeah.
forever and till eternity. And yeah, it's probably like a hall of fame of captains, where only three three names appear. So
Yeah,
it's a beautiful moment in the history of Indian cricket.
yeah. And I would like, and again, at the closing, I would also say thank you, Virat, and thank you, Rohit. You've given such amazing moments to your fans, and you deserve all the time in the world to take your career forward in the test and the one days. And kudos to you to leave the T20 format for the youngsters when the time has come, because we know the IPL has shown us time and time again over the past few seasons that the young generation is now ready to take over.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Indian cricket team. Thank you, Virat Kohli, and thank you, Rohit Sharma.
Yeah. So, guys, this was the Cricket Castaway, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.